Hey fam, Shola here. And I thought what I would do just to kind of kick things off was share a tool that I um, have forgot about because I switched from a PC to a Mac. And I saw that my productivity, even though my machine has been upgraded, um, there are a few tools that I used in on my PC with Firefox that I hadn't installed on the Mac or using Chrome. So I just want to share a few of my productivity tools with the whole idea that perhaps more of our friends in the group could do videos and just sort of share some of their little hacks or techniques to enhance our productivity. If you're like me, you've enjoyed being a part of this group, understanding that it's such a small space of people who share our values in terms of the expat lifestyle, in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of investing, and really a commitment to personal freedom, all right, and individual responsibility. So shout out once again to Lacey for doing that. By the way, that's my niece's name, so I'm partial to it. Okay, so in that regard, let me start out with one of my favorite tools, which you can find in the Google Chrome store called OneTap. So let's think about what the problem is. Let's say you wake up one Monday morning and you decide to do some research on different home bases around the world, or moving, if you're a digital nomad, moving to another city. So you can easily imagine yourself in this scenario. Let's say you pull up some of your favorite sites and sidebars. I'm just going to share as I walk you through these examples some of the sites that are frequented by me, and perhaps some of them new, some are old favorites of yours. All right. So obviously, a lot of us use Airbnb. I don't need to go into that, but a tool that a friend and a paid private CEO, founder, what have you group showed me about a year ago is called Expatistan. So this is a cost of living index tool, and basically what it does is help you figure out the cost of living comparisons between different cities. So let's just say I wanted to see what the difference was between Medellin and Washington D.C., right? And then I'd hit compare. All right, and then what it's going to do is show you um, a general number. So it says in general, Medellin is 68 percent cheaper, right, than Washington D.C. But here's something that's vitally important. It's going to break down cost of living per major expenses, right? So in general, people's housing tend to take up anywhere from on the low end 10% to on the high end 50% of their income, right? So what you'll immediately see is that cost of living, whenever you're planning moving to different locales, just having a if you look at nothing more than, let's just say, cost of living, and the three basic expenses are cost of living, tend to be cost of living, food, and clothing, right? Or transportation. Sorry about that. So this shows me that like Medellin is 76% cheaper than DC, and that's probably on the low end. Similarly, if I were to make a cost of living comparison between, I'm just going to pick a city that I've lived in before. Two cities I've lived in before: Marbella, okay, and Stockholm. Stockholm, okay. So it says Marbella in Spain is 32% cheaper, all right? So the cost of living, particularly a housing, you can already see that. In the other one, it was 76%. I'd be reducing my housing cost on average, pound for pound, by 76%, all right? So three quarters. In this one, just one out of three, all right? So another one I'll look at is this, uh, yeah, this is a city, probably the closest biggest city in Baja Norte, and I'm gonna put oh, let's say I was thinking about moving to Lisbon, or let's call it London, all right, or let's just say New York. So you're living in New York City, okay? 75% cheaper. But let me do something even just as a start, but even closer. So let's say you decide living between San Diego, and by the way, depending on which one you put first versus second, it's going to tell you cheaper or more expensive. So San Diego and Tijuana. All right. So just by crossing the border, like San Diego is over 200% more expensive than Tijuana. And by the way, these are all of the surrounding cities. So I don't actually live in Tijuana. I live in Baja Norte, Rosarito. But look, you're paying almost 400% more. Okay, the same beautiful coastline, the same like Latin inspired architecture. Just by moving across the border, a person could cut their living expenses by almost 400%. Okay, so that's I didn't want this to be all about Expatistan, but if you don't know about this tool, I highly recommend you using it. All right. So anyway, what does LastPass do? All right. So here I've pulled up just a few tools that or websites that I view often. I showed you about Expatistan. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to actually show you what one tab does, but I figure I have some tools up. I might as well share them with you, right? So the first tool share with you is Expatistan. Unless you've been living in Iraq, you know about Airbnb. AdExpresso is a great tool for people who, do any form of paid advertising. So this is just an example of a campaign I've been testing for a client, and she's in the financial services for women niche, and this is a video and it's been viewed almost 10,000 times, and it helps me. This is a great tool if you are managing, if you decide that you don't want to spend the next 5 years waiting for traffic. I really recommend you not just toy around with Facebook ads, but really invest at least 1 hour a day for a good 6 months to use it as a tool to grow your business. All right, sidebar on that, because I'm just so passionate about seeing more of us in the media buying space. All right, this is a great tool for for those people who are excited about real estate investing. This is an awesome tool that I use. I go to this site very frequently. So basically, the whole idea with this website is all work and no play, make you like a dull entrepreneur, right? So this will help you plan awesome bucket list experiences anywhere in the world, right? So let's just pick area of the world. Let's say Africa, right? So let's just decide you were going to go on a series of kick-ass expeditions, and you were really looking for cultural experiences, right? So what you could do is look up all the awesome cultural experiences in any part. I'm just seeing where they have. They probably have South Africa, Tunisia. Why not? I always wanted to go to Tunisia. All right. So it'll show you. Sometimes you have to look around because they don't have them in every country. But yeah, what you can do is just instead of racking your brain to come up with bucket list activities, you just go here, and it's just a really awesome tool. Check it out. I mean, if you're struggling with motivation, just going to the site alone will help you plan out 10 years worth of amazing experiences, right? Like, it's just, not only is it awesome for personal experiences, but it makes a great gift for clients or friends. If you don't want to give people stuff, it just goes over really, really well. I mean, it's just, yeah, you got to check it out. So you can just do all sorts of fun stuff here, from paddleboarding in Sweden to Uzbekistan. So local cuisine in Uzbekistan. What is this? Gambia home cooking. I mean, you can't beat that. All right. So in that regard, when you get one tab, all you have to do is click this button, and what's going to happen is going to close all these tabs, right? Great. So what that does is make sure that for the most part you only have, you only have one tab open all the time, right? Because oftentimes you'll find yourself with 20 or 30 or 40 tabs open, and that really kills your productivity. So all the previous tabs are saved here, and you can either close them out, all right, or just click to open them, all right? So I wanted to make this video under 10 minutes. So with that regard, I cut it off, and I hope you find Expatistan, AdExpresso, and Tingly really awesome tools to use. Take care.